What's up, world? Welcome back to Cancel Thoughts. It's your boy Better Days here. It looks like the Trump budget bill is going to be getting passed very soon. And one of the biggest issues that a lot of people have been having with this budget spending plan is that it's going to be cutting a lot of funding for social safety net programs, things that the right has kind of coined as entitlement programs and everything like that. And I'm not necessarily a fan of cutting the funding for all of these programs, but the video that I'm about to show you guys today, I think is a prime example of why some of those programs do need to disappear.
Can't believe this is real. Listen to this one.
Not getting no job. If you go get a job, they're gonna take my Section 8. Then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're gonna count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No.
That's so wrong.
So I don't care what you gotta say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit.
Wait, Ma, I'm saying how I'm supposed to be successful in life, Ma. So you basically telling me I gotta be broke to be successful? I gotta be broke so I can get Section 8?
You gotta be
so I
broke
can get
so
a link card?
the government can help you.
So here is a young man who is trying to get a job and actually trying to better himself in his life, and he's trying to actually pursue a goal,
which is totally awesome.
And here is his mother, who is literally actively telling him not to go and do that because it is going to negatively affect her and her ability to be able to receive aid from the government. And I'm somebody who I understand the need for social safety nets. I understand that everybody is not always in the best of circumstances, and not everybody comes from a place where they have like opulent wealth or whatever, and not everybody grows up like that.
However,
when you see things like this, you kind of have to understand where a lot of the people, specifically on the right, are coming from when they say a lot of these entitlement programs need to be just like done away with, because some of these people out there are doing stuff like this where this is a full able-bodied human being. She is not looking for any kind of work. She is not looking for any kind of education. She's not trying to further herself economically whatsoever. She's just completely content with sitting there and collecting a check from the government. So much so that she is literally trying to stop her son, who is actually trying to do that thing, from doing that so that she can continue to get her benefits. When you start talking about, well, the right is these evil people and they're just trying to get rid of all of this stuff because they don't like people and they're just like completely unethical in their practices,
that is false.
You can't say that and then watch videos like this and then just try to ignore the presence of these people. I understand that the right can sometimes be a little bit too hyper-logical in some of the perspectives and the causes that they kind of champion, especially when it comes to like tax cuts and talking about trickle-down economics and all that nonsense. I don't believe any of that. But when you see stuff like this, you start having to go, wait a sec, they might have a little point here. And one of the issues that I particularly have with the left is they'll try to ignore circumstances like this and try to make it seem like these people don't exist. And conversely, I have an issue with people on the right in that they try to make it seem like everybody on those like SNAP benefits or whatever and some of those welfare programs is one of these people. And that's where I think our two-party system kind of has an issue, in that there has to be some sort of middle ground to where we can compromise in understanding that, yes, the social safety net programs are there for a reason and they should be there, but we can also not have people like this going out there and abusing the system.
The government can help me. So you telling me I can't work no job, bro? Like, that's like all my friends got jobs and live in nice houses. So you telling me I got to go through the same thing you went through?
If you
to have a
don't
house?
do any of that, they're going to take my Section 8.
How?
And I'm
Won't they
trying to
be
tell
like?
you
Won't
that
they
you
be?
can go get yours at ease. You can go get
They
a
will.
nice house.
No, they will look at that and be like, he's doing something and give me a bigger house, ma. That's what you told me.
Where I'm gonna go?
I don't
have no job.
I can get off your Section 8 and apply for my own Section 8.
Okay, but if you do that, you're gonna have to go the hard way. It's gonna take long.
So what? That's what I'm
Wait a few
saying.
months, get on Section 8, find you a nice apartment, go get you a link card. You will be fine. You don't have to sit up and work. You don't have to work no job. The government is here to help us.
The government is not here to help everybody. That's number one. But number two, the absolute level of just like disgust that I feel when I watch videos like this, and that this lady is literally just like imparting just complete negativity and laziness on her children. It's like, I hope that's the only child that she has, because I hope that she doesn't have a whole lot of children in that house, because that'll just be dangerous for those children. It's like, how can you say out of your own own mouth, as the person who is supposed to be trying to lead her child into the world and trying to give them the tools to succeed in the world, for him to not pursue getting a job. And listen, a lot of people try to come at people on the right and say everybody is not able to work. And I understand that everybody isn't able to work, and there are certain extenuating circumstances that people have to be accounted for.
However, it doesn't apply here.
What do you mean the government is just here to help you and you don't want to take the hard way out, and you're telling your children to not take the hard way out, and you're just telling them to just be completely content with receiving welfare from the government?
You are an adult.
It's people like this that ruin it for everybody. And again, I'm going to reiterate this. The right has an issue in that they try to make it seem like every single person on these welfare programs is like that.
They're not.
But there are people like this that the left tries to just make it just seem like, yo, it's like they exist, yo. We have to talk about a lot of these people because that's the only way that the people who actually need a lot of those services are going to be able to get those services. When people like this are going viral for making videos like this, you have to literally be upset at those people, because they're the people that the right is talking about, in that, yo, we can't have a lot of these social safety net programs and people are just going to be abusing the system. The last point that I want to make is that when people say just go get a job, I agree with the idea that people need to be looking for work and people need to find work, and if they're able-bodied, they need to work. The problem is there also have to actually be jobs out there for people to be able to get, because one of the things the right tries to ignore is the whole absence, I would say, of good paying jobs. You can't tell somebody to leave a social safety net program like that that's going to be paying them however much money, and I get it, it's not right for them to be expecting that money, but you can't tell them to leave that social safety net program to go find a job, and that job is only paying them $10 an hour.
Really?
You can't expect people to be able to support themselves and support a family off of a wage that's only $10 an hour. It just doesn't necessarily make any sense. And then you guys will say something like, well, stop being lazy and get 2 jobs. But if you guys are about family and the cohesion of family and everything, you shouldn't also be advocating for people to get 2 jobs, especially when a family needs a mother and a father in most cases. When you tell people to go out there and try to get multiple jobs, they're taking time away from raising their kids. And then you guys will say stuff like, well, the education system is there for a reason and daycare is there for a reason. You can't have a lot of the perspectives you have on the right while completely ignoring some of the circumstances that present itself to some of these people and why they actually need a lot of these social safety nets. Not to even mention that AI is now a part of the equation, and that's going to be eliminating a lot of the jobs that are going to be well paying anyway, and you guys are staunch advocates for that as well. I just don't understand how you guys can have all of those perspectives at once. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I don't necessarily know how we solve a lot of these issues, but a lot of the things that I see specifically on the left and on the right is both have points, but we're not necessarily seeing the other's perspective, and I think that's very, very wrong, and that's very, very destructive to our society. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this particular video, and what do you guys think is a good solution to this welfareism problem? Because I get it that we don't want to necessarily like incentivize people to be lazy, but we also can't just completely leave people out here and just tell them, well, it just is what it is.
Figure it out.
Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I really do appreciate you.
If you liked what you heard today, do me a solid and like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Those things really do help out the channel a lot, guys. And if you didn't like what you heard, thanks for allowing me to occupy your time. Consider leaving a comment in the comments down below, letting me know exactly what it was that you disagreed with, and maybe we could talk about it. Either way, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for pressing play on this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.